In the year 3021 of the Third Age, the War of the Ring is over. The ancient home of the dwarves, Khazad-Dum, has been reclaimed. The former Ironfoot, now known as the Dwarves of Khazad-Dum, ally with the Dragon Lord in the east to invade the Woodland Realm. The bitterness of the dwarves for the Elven King has not been forgotten, for when the Dragon Smell came, no help came from the elves. Nor when the Balrog Moria was awakened and Durin slain, did they come to their aid. However, messages from Dal report to Threadrill 2 golden regiments passing secretly to the south of the Forest River. The Elven King then gathers his elves before it is too late and prepares defences outside the halls, hoping to destroy the Dwarven regiments before they enter his woodland realm. But aware he was not, for the Dwarves of Khazad-Dum will also be invading from the west. Dal sends a relief force, but will it arrive in time? The elves stood ready with their great sight. They saw the glimpse of golden and silver trickle through the trees. They had come for revenge. And fall in, my fellow scout troopers. I am Micka here from Scouts Entertainment. Welcome back to a Third Age Reforged scenario battle replay coming from the Flame of Arnor. Him and his buddies do a lot of Third Age Reforged scenarios, so if you want to do some scenario battles, be sure to get in touch with him. He's on Discord. I think you'll find him on my Discord server as well as the Third Age Reforged Discord server as well. Yeah, as I said, him and his buddies try and do multiple scenarios or try to replicate some Third Age battles, so you guys can try to dive in and be part of that if you want to. And with that, let's go through episode 1 today. The Golden Regiment arrives. So this is a 3-part battle series. We're going to kick off with episode 1 today. And with that, let's go through the army comps today. So we'll start with the Flame of Arnor's army. We've got 3 Mirkwood armies versus Dwarves of Khazad-Dum and 2 Runic forces. And so starting with the Flame of Arnor's armies, we've got some Woodland Realm Patrol here. Looks to be about, well, 1 unit of them there, I think. Yeah, his armies are scattered in the trees, so it's going to be a little bit tricky. A lot of units here are armoured up, some aren't, some are. We have some Her Sword and Shields. We've got some Wardens of Amon Lunk, Reforged Rangers. We've got some Elders of the Elven King and some Palace Guard as well. Generals in the Elven King's Palace Guard unit here. Now, going through the trees here, we find ourselves looking at the Hurlang and twin heavy swords here. Looks to be maybe about 1 unit of Hurpeng and Hurlang, archers and 2 heavy swords. Also, we've got some Greenwood Watchers here, dagger throwers, and also dagger wielding troops after that. We've got some Highland 2 heavy swords armoured up. We've got some stakes deployed across the gap, so cavalry can't do a head-on charge. So, Flame's really fortified his position here. So, Rhun's going to have to charge in with his infantry first, or find some way to get the infantry to skirt the flanks and charge from the flank or the rear. Got some Hurapang archers again over here, and we got some Herc spears and some Huntsmen of Amon Lunk. About 2 units of them. Don't see any Sindar of the Girdle. Keep our eye out, of course, for them. We have his ally here, Tobylerone. We've got some Her Sword and Shields. We've got some Hurpang archers, 2 units there. Her Lane, 2 units here. Some Woodland Realm Axemen, 2 units of them. Woodland Protectors, Wardens of Amon Lunk, Elders of the Elven King, and Elven King's Palace Guard. Tobe here has his army all nicely packed together, which is much easier than Flame. We have some Sindar the Girl here for Tobe as well. Got some Woodland Realm Axemen again. Woodland Protectors, Her Sword and Shields. Already commented on that one before. Her Spearmen, 2 units of them here. And anything else? No, I haven't seen any Ents yet for Mirkwood. We'll head over, of course, to the last Mirkwood army over here. On the left flank, we have Farkin. We've got some Greenwood Rangers here out front. Some Woodland Realm Patrol. Maybe 2 units of them here in this row. We've got some Spears of Emendua. We've got some second unit here, Spears of Emendua. Woodland Protectors. Hurpang archers already firing here as some troops coming in a little bit too close, so we might have to slow it down a little bit here. Already commented on the Hurpang archers there. We've got some Wardens Amon Lunk trading blows here. Probably some Varag mercenaries maybe. Some Woodland Protectors over here. Elders of the Elven King. Huntsman of Amon Lunk, Sindar of the Girdle, and Huntsman of Amon Lunk. And that brings us to the first of their opponents today, which is JKL committing the first of 2 runic armies. Some Varag mercenary riders here, just skirmishing with the elves. Probably lose that fight since the others are far better archers. Over here we have some Eastbourne warriors here which have absolutely been annihilated. These guys here are not armoured up and they're drawing in a lot of elven fire here. Farkin might have these guys set on auto fire because this unit here has been absolutely destroyed. Archers' arrows are continuing to pour in, and this is actually a light to mid tier unit, not the best and definitely not one you want to use your ammunition on, so I'm surprised Farkin went to such lengths to destroy it. Yeah, some Khazad-Dum here, looks to be about, well, maybe one unit actually, along with some Farkin mixed in. Got some Camul Shadowbows here, Khazad-Dum, 2 units with them. Got some Gamprim, 1 unit there. Inarthrim, 2 units there, and some Camul's Dragon Knights. Negative comment on those forces here. Nothing else, I don't think. I think that is that the very mercenary force? Yeah, it is. Jeez, how many are left? 16. He's still killing them. Over here we have more JKL forces. Got some Dragon's Wrath crossbows here, Balcloth Sapphire Blazemen, Dragon's Wrath Guildsmen, and more Balcloth Tribesmen. We have over here Dragon's Wrath Guildsmen, Khazad-Dum again, and Balcloth Tribesmen not armoured up. So he's got 2 units of Tribesmen total. We have Orc Warboss 155. He's got the other runic army here. We've got some Eastbourne crossbows not armoured at all. Farkin out front. We've got some Vague Mercenaries 2 out front. We've got some Khazad-Dum behind them, and Khazad-Dum, Gamprim, looks to be 2 units there. Inarthrim again, with a caveat for Rhun. Farkin at the rear, got some Camul's Chosen, Dragon's Wrath crossbows again, and more Eastbourne crossbows. Gamprim, Inarthrim, and Khazad-Dum. And finally some Farkin. And some Wayne Riders of Rhun as well. And that brings us to the final attacking army here, the Wars of Khazad-Dum. We've got some commanded by Goblin Slayer 5000. We've got some Dwarven Miners here on the right flank, some 2nd Legion Axe Guard, 2 units of them, some Guards of Khazad-Dum, 3rd Legion Infantry, 2nd Legion Axe Guard again, 3rd Legion Infantry, 2 units there, Sons of the Fallen, 4th Legion Shield Guard, more Sons, all kinds of Khazad-Dum, 2 units there, 4th Legion Shield Guard, Sentries of Khazad-Dum, 2 units, and 1st Legion Pikes here to finish us off, and that is that. So on that note, let's go to the other side of the flank where the battle is sort of underway, and proceed from here. Let's go. So Vague Mercenaries here, 61. We've got the Ents coming through the woods here. This was the only player so far I've seen to bring Ents. They probably blend so well with the forest trees they're hard to see. Ents here getting a little bit bloodied up. Ents are pretty fast. Vague Mercenaries just managing to stay out of their grip. Ents continuing the pursuit. How far are they going to chase him? Looks to be that far. What does Farkin do now? He's charged so far away from the rest of the army. We've got some Inarthrim coming to charge them down. Now the tables have turned. Okay, Inarthrim caught them. Wasn't the best charge. No Ents went down. Now to deter Inarthrim, Farkin should think about getting the Elders, the Elven King up to the front. Just to provide some covering fire. Force the enemy back, you know. Got the Inarthrim here. Nice vantage point. Firing down below the spears at Amendur, which is spread out already. I think Farkin should let him do that. If he wants to fire on the spears at Amendur, which is light tier troops, then Farkin should just keep them where they are right now. They're absorbing fire, and there's less fire to his better troops later on, so I'll take that bet any day. Now the Ents here, still at 12 hit. He didn't lose a single one. Slightly damaged. Spears and Amendur need to get into tight formation to be effective against any cavalry charge, so hopefully he gets them to formation if the Inarthrim decides to come this way again. The Vague Mercenary Riders here have been firing for a little bit. I don't think they have too much more ammunition here to spare. Now we got here JKL going up the centre. along with Orc Warboss. Warboss seems to be the one that's charging in first compared to his teammates. The Dwarves here have gone to the far right flank of the Elves. JKL's obviously taking the left, and Orc's bringing up the centre. Now Orc is being supported by JKL. The Locomotive here down to 84. Rogue Mercenaries over here, still pretty healthy. They've lost a few. This unit's down by at least 40. Rogue Mercenaries over here, still relatively untouched. We've got both sides here trading blows. The Dwarves here have not yet charged in. And it looks like Flame here has his general here at the very far back. Might be trying to head to the Threndral's halls. Well, Threndral might be going back to his halls soon. A little bit premature. The Ring Juggernaut is mowing their way forwards. Or advancing their way forwards, I should say. Eastern Crossbows here down to 159, so they haven't really been affected too much. And they're firing to the higher length and heavy swords here, not a bad target. Now crossbows are always worth shooting, loose formation or not. They pack a big punch that can't be ignored. Anything you do to weaken that punch, you probably should do. Like Siren here, looks like they're going to charge. So Orcs get into formation first. Should Hurtling charge, you reckon, or not? Looks like we've got some battle here joined over here. Her sword and shields engaged from Dragon's Wrath Guildsmen, already down to 19, so they've lost almost 100 troops. Now we've got some Mirkwood Ranger Fire too coming in there. This is just a one unit here for the Hurrahs. Now they are being supported by skirmishers, of course. Looks like we've got some is that Woodland Protectors here firing the flank here, the Loke Sanrim. They still have, oh no, they've used up all their ammunition. They are down 65, so they're taking a lot of damage. The real concern is when the Dwarves strike. Okay, Balcor Tribesman, or Balcor Sapphire Blazeman firing. This is where the armour comes into it. Tribesmen, they have ammo. They've taken a beating, but this unit's still in it. We've got some Greenwood Ranger Fire here, targeting the Balcor Tribesmen there. They're down to 89 already. $78. Okay, dropping very, very fast and wavering. So battle here going well for Flames so far. Now, Woodland Protectors here, firing down below. Targeting the reserves of the Loke Flag Rim. They're also being targeted by archers, so this unit's in a world of pain right now. We've got Elven King's Palscar on the front, unarmoured too, so it won't last as long. You might have the little wars here starting to move into the battle. Elven King's Palscar fighting their way forwards. Woodland Protectors here shifting their focus to like Sunrim and Gamprim. Oh, hang on, we've got some cavalry in the back. And they're charging into the Woodland Realm, down to 15. The Woodland Realm Patrol here, 92. They're firing into the Inus Room. Here comes the Huntsman Island Monk, they're pursuing the Greenwood Rangers. Their own charge, however, is blunted by the troops. Fighting defeat seems certain. So we've got chaos here at the other lines. Looks like the dwarves here are finally starting to move in. Alright, they're engaged at the front. Our lines here have been drawn. So they're trying to fire into the first Legion pikemen over here. There's all kinds of over here.
They have lost half their men.
Second Legion axe guard is here somewhere. Okay, there's the sentries. First Legion pikes here, so they're trying to target the dwarven reserves. Third Legion infantry has smashed through the other lines. One's on the monk, trying to plug that gap. The protectors here firing on the flank of the dwarves. Wardens here must have used their ammunition when the dwarves are approaching the army. Towards the shield guard. And we've got First Infantry here mixed in with 4th and shield guard as well. War Hunters trying to provide some suppressing fire. Her experiment here, suffering. The dwarves here, slowly pushing them forward, mowing them down. Prepping archers, 77, can't really do much where they are, don't have the angle. Elven forces here fighting bravely but are losing. The flame can't hold that flank for very long. Over here though, he's faring much better against Rhun. Seems to be holding his forces back. Orc Warboss sustaining heavy losses. The Dragon's crossbowmen in the battle. Must have fired their crossbows already. The Camul's Chosen also in the front. Elven King's Palace Guard over here should be redeployed and come this way. I think he's trying to pursue the Varric mercenaries. We've got real rangers firing in, trying to take out the Eastbourne crossbowmen. Oh geez, Orc's general is right there. If Farkin can only see it, he could charge into the Runic general, potentially taking him out. Now he's safe. The opportunity's gone. Eastbourne crossbows down at 34. All he needs to shift his target. The Rangers need to take out the Camul's Chosen.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Orc Warboss here taking great risks with his general, but it's paying off. For some reason Farkin can't see it. He's got 2 units of archers on the hill. He could redirect fire to take out the Camul's Chosen. He just hasn't done it. He knows that there, he's running away the Greenwood Rangers right now. Over here, it looks like JKL broke through. With a mass force here of spears aiming to do it and wouldn't run patrol. So the Camul's Dragonite are coming in. What's left of the ends here as well. And Elder's the Elven King. So Farkin's got to do something as general here. Looks like Flame has pulled out most of his forces to the halls. Alright. So Farkin's trying to get into the fight, try and keep any troops between him and the enemy cavalry. And essentially what JKL is doing here is providing a sort of like his own shield against his own cav. I mean, if Farkin can weather this storm and his forces not break while being surrounded, He should be able to fight on, deal more casualties while not fearing the enemy cav. He's got his own cav over here too, to keep them busy. And if his cav can prevail against JKL's, he can then recharge the runic forces surrounding his own men. He probably should do that now. He should send a couple of forces over there just to keep the Camul's Dragon Knights busy, and send one unit to harass the Loke Say on Rim.
So the elves are mounting a nice counter-attack on the left flank. The cavalry is definitely keeping in this fight. Just when it seemed like the runic forces along with Khazad-Dum were sort of sweeping over the battlefield, the Cavs just sort of gives me a sort of renewed hope. Dragon Knights are at 12. The elves do have superior cav. Of course, the Sarim and the Gamprim forming up against them is of some concern. Gamprim is diminished. The Huntsman Overlunk charged in. They seemed like they were going for a charge and they pulled out. Now, Sindar the girl here has been caught trying to get through them. They didn't need to do that. They could have run around. They could have just doubled back and gone around the safe way. It cost them a few cav there, which is a bit expensive. Herpang Archer's down at 58. Lake Flag. Oh, that was a good target. You shouldn't have pulled back. Oh, jeez. Mirkwood's pulling out their cav, doing some strange moves here. It seems very disorganized, very hesitant. This hesitancy is killing their cav. You know, they either commit to the charge or don't. This whole charging towards the enemy and then turning around at the last second is just enabling Rhun to get shots off, weakening their cav, taking out their cavalry. I mean, had he just committed to the charge, he could have got some kills out of that, and the losses would have been worth it. Instead, he suffered casualties and didn't get anything to show for it. And he's still got a lot of cav here at play. Now, I was going to say, hopefully they don't charge their cav into the halls. The options are very limited using cav inside. Over here, it's much more preferable to keep cav outside and just, you know, run them to the flanks. Allow the enemy to congregate up here. If Rhun and Khazad-Dum, well, they have to go inside the fortress in order to conquer it. And if they commit enough forces, it could leave them exposed to the rear, which would be a good time for the cav to strike. So now would be a good time to, you know, send this cav into hiding, keep them away for now. Let the enemy move in, get a false sense of security. And then when they're weak enough, just hit them relentlessly, force them inside the halls, push them into the defending forces inside the halls. Could cause them to panic, sending units they shouldn't. But Dragon Knights here down to 11. They won't be able to defend against the cav force outside here. Mirkwood is in a good position here to hammer the enemy. They probably should just move around, maybe not go into hiding just yet, you know, just try and pick off straggling units that can't really defend themselves against cav charges. There are multiple melee troops, archers that are maybe low or limited ammunition. They got off a charge into the Dragon Knights, which looks like JKL put him here and then didn't figure the enemy would charge at him. Now, although that was a decent charge, they didn't get anything to show for it. They might have damaged him a little bit. Like their M64. No, well, there is some Gamprim coming in now. They could have charged into him. What's going on over here? Got Sons of the Fallen. Cav might be trying to hit Erebor. That was okay, not great, but okay. How's it good about here? Great target. Nicely bunched up. Goblin's got to get these Sons of the Fallen here. He's got to set up a perimeter. He's got to protect his troops. He's got sentries, he's got first season pikes, he's got Sons of the Fallen, he's got adequate forces here to set up a perimeter to defend his army against this cav, you know? Just sort of shuffle them forwards towards the hall, keep them protected. He's got the troops to do it. He can advance comfortably, he's just got to organise himself a bit better. This right here is not a good move. He's got to get these hammers a bit about inside his perimeter here that he's sort of making up as he goes. Sentries here need to do about face, got to turn them around. First season pikes. All these pike units here are facing the wrong way. If I had a cav unit, I'd be charging them right into the backs of these guys right now. I mean, we got 3 pike units here. This one of these should at least be advancing towards the front of this force. You got to be thinking about the security of your army. Now, where's Farkin off to now? Well, Mirkwood's just moving around the rear here. The Dwarves of Khazad-Dum maybe have to stay put for now. Don't remember reading that in the rules. Hopefully get to move on soon. What's over here? There's a path here, but it doesn't look like anything can be done with it. Camp Rim 50. Camille Shadowbows, not a good idea, don't know where they're going. We only got one small unit of light Camp Rim to protect them. If they're on auto fire, that should be okay. They'll be able to shoot at the cavalry if they come in too close, but I have no idea where he's going with these guys. What's over here? Is there anything worth chasing? No, it looks to be a broken unit. Yeah, it is. 30's infantry down to 1. What's this? We got some broken Amonak. Minus a 25. And Goblins got 1 unit here moving forwards. Alright, looks like we're in for a small cut here, peoples, and we'll come back soon. Alright, we're back. The Dragon Knights here doing a suicide charge on some Huntsmen of Unluck. Farkin's aware of his presence. Dragon Knights here down to 8. Send out the girdles here as well. 5 times 2 speed it. Three Cav, 2 commanding officers, and 1 Nazgul. Why the Cav doesn't finish them off is anyone's guess. We actually have some Rhun axemen here that might have got caught. Maybe some sort of pathfinding issue. They're broken, fighting to the death. Those archers ran up the side there, but are now coming back. I guess JKL figured he couldn't use that path at all. He's just doing a little exploratory mission. The Cav, though, should have taken opportunity with that and charged into him and wiped them out. There was ample time for them to do that. What is Khazad-Dum up to? Why are they holding back for now? What's over here? Huntsman just sort of, well, maybe hunting for opportunity. Alright guys, we're back briefly just to show you what's left inside Thranduil's halls here. This is a different Thranduil's halls than we're used to, just slightly. Now, Flame of Arnor has some healthy units here. I don't know if the Watchers have used any of their daggers just yet. Also, we'll find out soon enough. Elders, the Elven King used up their ammo. We've got a healthy defense here, just waiting for the enemy to come in. Originally, it looked like Rhun was going to come in before, but he pulled back at the last second. That makes sense. Looks like the cavalry is harassing the rear of the army here. The Farkin almost lost his cav. More huntsmen coming in. The thing is, these are unnecessary losses. As I've said before, you know, when you know you've got cav around you and you don't have any cav yourself to take it down, you've got to set up a perimeter. You've got to set up spears, pikes, you know, around your forces. They got adequate forces here to set up a nice healthy perimeter so they can safely congregate around the mouth of the hall and then start sending wave of forces into the hall to take it. And then as they need more forces and as they need more pikes and spears, you shrink the perimeter, which will become easier the longer as you send in more troops. You know, you'll reduce the forces inside your perimeter, so you'll be able to shrink it as you send men inside of it. All the time, you're protecting yourself from this cav, which is right now just hammering Khazad-Dum as it makes its way towards the mouth of the halls here. Looks like some 30 infantry is about to be wiped out. Like Camp Rim, they can be charged from either side. Farkin can perform a pincer maneuver. No, don't charge into him, not like that. Yeah, well done. Get out of there. Oh, he's going to charge, yeah, he's going to do the pincer on the Sons of the Fallen. Well, definitely a better unit to charge into than the Camp Rim for sure. But that charge was very costly actually, and did not pan out. In fact, looks like Farkin's going to throw it in with these guys. And they're finished. That leaves one cav unit outside. Still a healthy unit. But, okay, yeah, there you go. This is a good perimeter. This is what I wanted to see. Well done, Goblin. You got it up. Second Legion Axe Guard, though, obviously get him inside. Don't leave him there. Camille's Shadowbows. Looks like they had some ammunition. They might have full ammo. The elves are not letting them get inside the halls so easily. In light of that, Rhun and all Khazad-Dum should send up one of their more heavy to elite tier troops. Just 1 or 2 units of them, you know? So this attack has some muscle, so they can gain some foothold inside. Sending up these forces, these units in particular, will only fuel their losses. That's better. Sons of the Fallen, definitely a good move. We've got 2 other King's Palace Guard units on standby. What is that? Hang on. Turpang Archers. Another unit of King's Palace Guard. Turpang Archers need to get a better angle, for sure. Elder Young King. Looks like we've got 2 units here that are yet to fire. Dwarves spearheading this attack, as they should. They were the unit to do it. Had Rhun gone in first, the Rhun players would have been wiped out. I'm not getting that much ground. We needed the Dwarves to lead the way inside the halls, and they did that perfectly. Obviously I'm times 2 spinning because we've got just under 20,000 frames left, so clearly this is going to be a grindy battle. Times 16 might make it a bit too jittery, so we'll try and keep it at times 2 most of the way. At least until we see some new tactics. Because right now it looks like the attackers are settling in along with the defenders for a nice hard slog of a fight. The Ring of Watchers aren't being brought up. The Woodland Protectors have ammunition, but they have not been moved. I would have thought we'd see, well, since Tobe has these guys, he put them up here, you know? This camera is going to be a pain in the butt. I can feel it already. See, there you go. Well, I was going to try and put the wooden protectors here, you know? They would have an angle to fire in. We've got the Elven King's Palace Guard firing in. Guys of Khazad-Dum needs to get them into the fight. Arrows are raining in from the Elven King's elders of the Elven King. I suppose the attackers should be grateful that, well, hang on. Are they out of range of ammunition or not? I thought they were. Let's have a look. No, Greenwood Rangers firing. That's not good news there for the attackers. It's a pretty incredible shot, I say. I'll slow down briefly. It's incredible. That's from the second Elders Elven King unit over there.
It is coming for us.
77 to 75. They obviously worked pretty hard on this scenario. Balance of forces are pretty darn even. We've got some heroes, sword and shields, not armoured however. Got some Camels chosen there. Room protectors down to 15 and broken. The elves continue to fire, but almost to no avail. The enemy continues to advance inside the halls despite all the firepower the elves are bringing to bear. They're surrounding the Her sword and shields. Okay, they're going to try and outflank the elves. First season pikes, they're at 87. The Elven King's Palace Guard are helping the defenders stay in the fight here for now. Green Watchers, they're charging into the battle. Friendly fire there on the Watchers. We got some Cinder of the Girdle there, making their way around. "23. He's got to follow up his troops. Oh, the guards are right there. Don't charge into him. Charge into him. Where's he going? They might be in loose formation too, if they're spread out this much. Alright, forget about it. Sons of the Fallen moving around now too. Green Watchers being shot to death.
It is coming for us.
Eastern crossbows down to 24. Swords up on monk there. The elves have got to switch targets. Whoever they're trying to hit, it's not worth shooting at. Alright, there's the Cinder. They're going after the Camels chosen. They wanted to kill the general. They didn't get off the charge, obviously they were hoping for. What the hell? He's huge! Alright, they lost way too much in that. He was chosen, only lost one soldier. Pepping archers out of ammo, coming into the battle.
It is coming for us! Our general lies slain upon the battlefield.
Okay, there's the first Mirkwood general to fall. The elves have got to pick their targets a bit better. They're firing to the Rag mercenaries. The elves could win this battle over here. They've got to save the ammo for the Sons of the Fallen. Guards Khazad-Dum. The cav from Tob is keeping the enemy at bay for now. I thought the flame had Sindards here too. Rangers out of ammo. Elders, the Elven King, have ammunition. Herping archers fire into the first season pikes. What can the Camul's Dragonites do? We've got Elven King's Palace Guard between them and the archers. I don't know. Oh no, the arrows are finding their mark. The Camul Shadowbows are going to get a good shot if they're not careful. The elders shouldn't retreat. Well, actually that was pretty good actually. They managed to get behind. A lot of fire went to the side there. But this is what I was afraid of. And you know, the Elven King's Palace Guard needs to be defended. The Elders of the Elven King here could have put a stop to those pesky Shadowbows. 89 to 87. Elders of the Elven King firing to the guards Khazad-Dum. Still healthy. They're supporting fire. The wardens should be able to hold. The real question is, can they hold over here? I'm doubtful. The Elven King's Palace Guard pulled back. Alright. More Shadowbows here trying to find to the Herpang archers. The elves doing their best to wipe them out. Greenwood watches here, throwing the daggers into the first season pikes. 91 to 89. These pikes have seen a lot of fire and they're still standing. Goblin is withdrawing the first season pikes again. It just enables the elves to shoot him in the back. The Sindar here have a long run around the hall, but it will definitely be worth it. There's some orc hunters that can easily charge into a wipeout. That is what Tobe is going to be expecting to do. The elves look like they're about to go on the offensive here. They're slightly losing, but the balance of power is still in their favour. Okay, this cavalry here was from flame on the outside. Cycle charging, mates. Come on, so you go cycle charging. Don't leave them in the fight. Where's the Elder Zealand King from Flame? Why are they over there? Yeah, well, they can fire where they are. Crossbows here, partially protected. Ooh. Yeah, good, good. No, Kev, don't do that. Oh, what was Tobe thinking? He was thinking he was trying to draw the enemy out. He succeeded. Okay, that's one general down.
It is coming for us.
96 to 93.
Our ally lies dead, slain by
Okay, second Mirkwood general.
help has been avenged him.
Tobe is charging into this last runic general. He still has ammo.
Good tidings. The enemy general lies dead.
Okay, second enemy general to fall. And Khazad-Dum remains. He still has ammunition, so he should be firing to the dwarves if he can. Flame of Arnor's combining his forces with Tobe's. And most of the arrows are finding their mark. Now you see Tobe engaged the dwarves. He should have allowed the dwarves to move up, try and draw them in. I think Flame and Tobe could have done a better job sandwiching the Khazad-Dum forces, like hitting them from either side. The pincer maneuver, as it's called. We've seen it a few times applied already today. Instead, because Tobe attacked too soon, it's kind of transformed into a head-on clash. And against the dwarves, that's not wise. Especially against guards of Khazad-Dum, which is one of Khazad-Dum's more elite units. Now Mirkwood will win this battle here. That's the last general to fall, but that doesn't really matter to the elves, as the Khazad-Dum general doesn't really matter too much to the dwarves. Okay, they're about done over there. What's left? The Warlords here just trying to push their way through. We've got Flames Elders here, chasing after some exhausted troops. We've got time 6 people there.
The enemy general lies dead. Teach him to ride to war on a pony.
Alright, everyone's general is dead. Now, we've got Elders and King from Flame here trying to go around. And they're going to try to maybe pin the dwarves either side. There they come. And the elves are going to take this one. They're going to hold back the enemy. Those cav charges were devastating for the attackers earlier on. They could have mitigated that risk and those losses had they set up a perimeter to start with. Unfortunately, Goblin set it up too late. He lost too many troops. He lost a few, his hammers are good to bad, and that was devastating for him. So, congratulations to the Flame of Arnor and his team on their victory today. Farkin 2209, the Flame of Arnor 2664, Tobylerone 1892, Goblin Slayer 5000 1198, Orc Warbus 155 1409, and JKL 1469. Now you can see the kill counts of all 3 players here because they were the same faction on the same team. Elders the Elven King here for Farkin 385, Elven King's Palace Guard 173, Warren's Amon Lunk 119, Huntsman of Amon Lunk 104 and 108, Wooden Realm Patrol 157 to 170, Herpang Archers 129 to 186, Wooden Protectors 112 to 187. We have Greenwood Rangers here 115, Ents 107, the Flame of Arnor, Elders the Elven King 197, Warren's Amon Lunk 234, Greenwood Rangers 223, Herpang Archers 134 to 215, and we have Huntsman Amon Lunk here 116, Wooden Realm Patrol 253 to 326, so those archers did very well. Hierarch Spearmen here 240, Herald 2 Heavy Swords 117 and 110, and Elven King's Palace Guard here 223, and Tobylerone, Herling 124, Cinder the Girl 94, Elders the Elven King 229, One's Amon Lunk 276, Herpang Archers 149 152, Wooden Protectors 112, Elven King's Palace Guard 122, and Witherrealm Axeman impressively got 262. Nicely done. And that is that. So guys, if you want to see your own impact featured here on this channel, you can send it to my email at scoutsentertainment@gmail.com. You can post it to me directly on Discord. You can join my Discord server Scouts Reconnaissance and post your battle replay there from any Total War game, including mods. Or you can simply tag me in the replay you post on today's Reforged Discord in this case as well. This is Micka from Scouts Entertainment signing off. Goodbye my fellow Scout Troopers. See you in episode 2.